This program is brought to you in part by SalCal Real Estate Connections. Yes, welcome to Racing Action Today. And we have a very special guest today, Ryan Nielson, who is going to be talking to us about a great organization, CRAT, kart, autocross, and rally team, which you do rallying too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we do.
Now, are you an officer of this club? Or?
Yeah, so I was president from 2021 to 2023, and now I am the vice president under President Christopher Furman. So yeah. we run the club with we run the club, but there's tons of people that help, and it's a group effort to put those events on.
Well, I'm sure it is. Now, typically, just so people know, when you get to, let's say you're going to have a race this weekend, wherever, you go to Mohegan Sun, right? And you go to Hartford. You have to set up a course. Is that correct?
Yep, that's correct. We have a trailer that has all of the stuff that we need in there with the timing equipment, the cones. We'll have some barriers to kind of block off people or areas that we don't want people to drive. Radios for people who are on course, and if someone hits a cone, we'll have someone radio in, oh, this car hit a cone, and it's a penalty like that. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff in there.
So wow. So when you set the course, I mean, is there something like how do you come up with the course? I mean, do you know you have so many right-handers, so many left-handers?
Yeah.
In and out. I mean, who comes up with this?
Yeah, we really just try and keep them on the blacktop for sure. But there's a couple of people that we really lean on who have been doing this for decades now. One of them's a Fairfield alumni, Tom Baracci, and he's very, very knowledgeable about setting up the course. And there is some documentation and actually science behind what makes a good autocross course, where if you want this kind of corner, you would do 10 paces this way and 10 paces that way. So there is a rhyme and a reason to it, for sure.
Yeah, I believe we have a picture of a typical course, which I hope they show while we're talking here. And I want them to show the logo, too.
Yep.
Your CRAT kart logo is a beautiful logo you have,
Yeah, and that was made by one of our former members. I believe he passed away, but it's a good logo. We've been using it ever since.
Yeah. Now, so when you get new members, like they come, or I don't know how they even contact you. How would they contact you?
Yeah, so if you follow us on Facebook, we're on Instagram. We have kartct.com. They can reach out to us there.
Okay.
We have a lot of people that are on the Facebook group always asking questions, and we'll post all our events there. So yeah, if you have a question, post on the Facebook group or on Instagram.
Now, So now people start calling you about wanting to become a member. Now what?
So now they would apply to become a member. So you have to come to 2 meetings, and then you pay it's a $75 fee, and then you'll get your membership. So we'll basically just ask information. You'll give us your background. So KART's a member-run program, or member-run organization. So anyone that has any experience with like trailer work or IT, any engineering, we'll try and utilize that skill to the best use of the club. And that's,
it makes so many sense.
Makes the club keep going.
Absolutely. So now, do they get a number, like the number of the car?
Yeah. So
is that given to them, or they ask or they tell you they want this number?
Yeah. So we have numbers available for sure, but some of them are reserved for members. But you'd fill out that membership form, you request a number, and if we don't have that, we'll recommend a number to you. But all our available numbers are on kartct.com, so you'll know.
So you'll know.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm sure people have some favorite numbers.
Oh yeah, for sure. A lot of low ones.
Yeah. Single ones.
Oh yeah, exactly. But it takes less tape to put it on the car,
So they come, they get their application in. They have to come to the 2 meetings.
Yep.
Now, typically, where would you hold a meeting?
So we have the meeting in Torrington for right now. We'll sometimes change, but typically it's been in Torrington at a restaurant. It's the Millhouse Bar and Grill.
Okay, all right.
It's a really fun place to go, and they let
food good?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we wouldn't go back if there wasn't good food, But
so they would come to meetings, and then what?
So then once you're voted into the club after your second meeting, we'll vote you in. As long as you're a nice guy, we like you, nice guy or girl, we'll vote you in. And you come to our events and you go to motorsportreg.com. We have all our events listed there. Register right online, and there'll be more additional instructions or supplemental instructions to get you ready for your first time. Now, you don't have to be a member too to race with us, but it is a cash discount. You get access to all of our social events. And
what do you mean by, like to enter the event? Is it?
Yeah, to race with us, you don't need to be a member, but there are a lot of benefits.
What does it cost to do this?
Yeah, so we charge members $55 for an event.
For an event,
yeah.
Okay.
So that a lot of that goes to trailer maintenance, renting the lot, and just keeping up with cones that people hit. Those are consumable assets for sure.
Do you go through a lot of cones?
We get through a couple of them. Definitely, they're they get a little darker, a little bit more tread on them.
Oh, wow.
People hit them. And there's certain areas where people are trying to make up that little bit, and people will hit with their tires. They'll hit the bottom part of the cone, and they'll keep it still standing. I mean, people shave that close.
Do you find certain times of the year more active than others?
Yeah, definitely in the June, July months. That's when everyone kind of has their car ready. Typically, even in the beginning of the year, some people are still trying to get their cars ready, the more established ones. But we usually see a peak in around June, July, and August, and we have a lot of our events there as well.
And how many members would you say you have right now?
We get close to 100 or a little bit over 100 per year of membership coming in.
And they come to the meeting? They come to 100 people?
Yeah, not all 100 for sure. We definitely have, there's a core group of people that come to everyone, and then new people come, and they can attend that in person or virtually. We have a Zoom meeting as well. So it's, if they come and they want to know anything about, or they have anything they want to say about the club, or, I saw this at the event, and I think we should do more of that, something like that. So.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a question and answer event, and for the good of the club, they talk about how you can improve things, right?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Anyone who has any thoughts on something that we can do better, we'd love to hear it.
Yeah.
Now, we don't
the
know
other thing is, how do you get your officers? Did they vote on these people, or how does this work?
Yeah, so you get voted on to be an officer for sure.
So you have to be nominated first.
Yeah. So I was I got to be president because I was an officer, so I was just on the board.
Yeah.
And I wanted that position, so I got voted into that. And then I got approached to be the president for 2 years. So it was a lot of work, and I love doing it. I love talking about racing. I love talking about new people getting into it. I want to get as many people in it as I can, because it's a fun time. I can't imagine doing anything different.
I got to feel this is going to grow, Ryan.
Oh,
I do.
Yeah.
I just get that feeling.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It's a great way to get started. It keeps you off the streets from racing, and it really offers a lot of networking opportunities. We've had people who started taking pictures at our events who are now doing professional photography and engineering and different ways that you can grow yourself in the club.
And I'm sure that you have in the background of doing this, actual on-track background, you could probably look for a job teaching too somewhere, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because there's a lot of novices that can take just simple instructions that make them a lot better. And it's all that you want to be listening for people who want to teach. And
I'm sure.
I'm more than happy to teach for sure.
Now I got a kind of an interesting question.
Yeah.
How about women? Are there a lot of women?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a ton of women that come and they're really fast as well. Yeah.
And they're tough.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we don't discriminate at all. There's a lot of fast women. There's this woman Tamara, who she's very fast, and she races nationally. From Connecticut, and she's beat up on all the men out at nationals. So the car doesn't know.
Yeah, well, I was curious. I mean, in regular racing now, women are just as good as men, I'll tell you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I was just curious, do you get a lot of women?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we do.
Evidently you do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. It's definitely, we meet people from every walk of life. They come and we just had a couple new people come at the last event, and they came from Vegas, so they moved over here from Vegas, and the two of them are driving their BMW Z3 or Z4 actually, and it's it's great to see because you can just see them, kind of meeting people and getting friendly with everybody. So it just makes it more fun, And always at the end of the event, we always kind of have a little bit of a cookout, or
Oh, you do? You have a little cook?
Yeah. Yeah, that's almost the best part of it. You're talking about the day and how this corner went and what I'm going to do this to my car afterwards.
Now, when you go to an event, I mean, what is the top award? Quick time of the day or something?
Yeah, so that's fastest time of the day.
Explain it. What is that? Tell me.
It's if you do the fastest time out of everybody, then you would get that trophy.
It.
Yeah, the fastest time of the day. You
get an award.
Yeah, it's very difficult to get. We have a lot of different cars, and we have a couple Formula cars as well. So those are usually at the top of the pile for sure. But we have a lot of production cars that are right hot on their heels, and it's all about the driver.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, fast cars sometimes they have a tendency to be easier to drive, but they never talk about to tell you how long it took them to get that car to be fast.
Right. And then there's fast cars, and then there's fast drivers as well. So if you put us both in a Miata, if I can know where to put that Miata a little bit better than you, I would be a little bit faster. And it's not the Miata's fault, but it's it's the same goes for the Corvettes as well.
So everybody, when they show up, they're trying to race against themselves.
Yes.
Am I thinking right?
Yeah, 100%. Oh yeah, they're always, so you're not racing against anybody wheel to wheel. So you're not seeing anybody else on course. You're kind of by yourself.
You're trying to improve yourself.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. And you go do it a couple times, and a lot of people will have cameras or GoPros, and you'll be surprised to see what the differences are between your runs. And you're like, oh, I did this corner better, but then I was not set up well for this corner. So it all ties together, and it's just a ton of fun trying to find that balance.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. So that's the GoPro's a big deal then, huh?
Yeah. Those are really fun, and a lot of people have a lot more sophisticated data and stuff. Like with SCCA racing now, you're required to have a camera. So if you do have an incident or something, you hit somebody, you can kind of defend yourself or so.
Let me ask you a question. Let's say somebody like myself shows up and tapes this thing.
Yeah.
Or part of it. Could that be done?
Yeah. Yeah. If you bring your camera, then you can tape it.
I mean, to make a show.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. We'd be more than welcome.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Right.
You'll have a drive in the BRZ for sure.
Oh, absolutely. I can't. Oh boy, I tell you, I get visions of a Honda Fit.
We have a Honda Fit there. You just gotta talk nice to him, maybe give him a beer or two, and he'll let you drive it.
Yeah. Well, it's all about having fun.
Oh yeah. And that's the beauty. We get those fun runs after. So like after our competition runs are over, then we'll have fun runs, and those are $2 a piece, and those usually go to a charity. We've donated to Better Women's Shelter or Glorious Recovery for substance abuse, and I've been so fortunate to know a ton of people with different cars and be able to drive some of their cars, and the differences of what the car is like, what the mods that they do. It's incredible.
Yeah. It's a very interesting hobby or sport. I mean, like I say, over the years, I can't believe the race car people that I have talked to that literally started by doing autocrossing.
Yeah, it's a great place to start. And in the Northeast, we're really blessed with a lot of tracks close around us, as well as the go-karting community, and now with sim racing as well. It's another big starting point for a lot of people, and it's as good as karting, I would say.
Now, you just had a pretty big event. Am I thinking right?
Yeah, so we just had an autocross, and it went great. We had 55 people come, and we were having trouble of where to put these cars, but everyone had a great time. Everyone had 8 runs, and we had fun runs afterwards, and a lot of people were just really happy with how the event went.
Yeah, I saw you advertising on Facebook or somewhere that Yeah, we're gonna have an event, that weekend.
Yeah, and we're having one this weekend as well.
Oh, where's Sunday? Where's that one?
Back in Mohegan.
Oh, wow.
Or I'm sorry, no, we're going to Labs Parking in Hartford.
In Hartford.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, so we'll be right where the yard goats kind of play. There's an overflow parking lot there, and we'll be bringing our food truck and one of the food trucks, and we'll be having an event there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So what time do you start when you do these things?
Yeah, so if you wanted to be a participant, you'd arrive around 8 o'clock in the morning, get all the stuff out of your car, put some numbers on the side that you would have gotten when you registered, and then you would start walking the course. So the course would be set up by the time that you would get there, and you would just walk it, and kind of take note of like where the lefts, where the rights are, what the slalom is, and that's really what helps you get fast pretty quick.
So about 8 in the morning, be at the event.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And how long do they usually last?
We'll go until maybe 3 or 4 o'clock, depending on the weather and how people are feeling. It gets pretty hot, so sometimes if it's 100 degrees, we'll end a little bit earlier.
Yeah, it depends on
Yeah, but if we have cars that are ready to run, we'll keep running for sure.
Now, majority of the cars that come, are they driven there or towed?
Oh yeah. No, I would say 95% are driven there.
Are driven there.
Yep. Everything from the Volkswagen Golf up into those, McLarens. We've had the brand new. Oh yeah, we have. So Tom Braccio, we mentioned earlier, he has a C8 Corvette, one of the mid-engine ones.
Oh wow.
Yeah, those are quite fast, and he's a great driver. So it's a deadly combination.
Oh wow. Yeah, I figured. I said they must drive them there.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah. There's definitely some things that
are heavily modified and have real slicks, and those are probably towed, right? They're probably towed.
Yeah, or some people do like a tire trailer as well. So like for my BRZ, there's a thing that you can put in where the rear tow hook goes. You can put bolts in there, and that will give you a hitch. So you put a tire trailer there.
Okay.
So when I first started out, I drove a 2005 Chevy Cobalt, and I would swap the tires at the track, so I wouldn't wear them out, and I can still get to my job on Monday.
Well, if you're using an expensive, really tire that grips, you certainly don't want them trying to wear it out.
Right.
Other than when you use it on the track, right?
Yep.
And I could see, that's what attracted me when I was covering these kids that were racing these fits. I mean, the tires fit in there perfect.
Yeah.
That was an excellent car for this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's great. We're in a really good time that you were talking about Spec B, that class with the Honda Fit. That's a great class that you can just grab one of these Econo boxes, the Mazda 2, the Honda Fit, the Mini Cooper. All these are great platforms to start out in. They take minimal cost to get on track.
Absolutely, and they get around.
Yeah,
let me tell you.
Yeah, you don't need a ton of power for sure.
No, you don't. And I gotta go to one of your events. I'm gonna have to go.
Well, you're invited.
Absolutely, we certainly will come. And now for spectators, are there spectators?
Oh yes,
they could come. Like, I want you to tell the people watching. I mean, they can literally come to observe the event, right?
Yeah. So it's a non-spectator event, but if you're signing in, you talk to me, and I'll sign you in for sure. It's just a good way to get into it. A lot of people come and they have questions, or I'm like, oh, I just wanted to see if my car would do well here. And a lot of people say like, I don't have the car for it, and then I'll ask them what car they have, and they have a Volkswagen Golf, or something like that.
Seeing it in action changes a lot of things.
Yeah.
People will get the confidence by it.
Yeah, for sure. And the good thing about autocross is that you make a mistake and you're maybe just spinning. You're not hitting a wall, you're not damaging anything in your car. The most you're going to get is a scuff. And autocrossing does not damage the car. You're on it for a minute at a time. So, as long as you do your oil changes, make sure you have coolant in the car, which is
good brakes.
Right? Yep. And that's all something that we check at our tech. So every car that goes through gets that checked.
Usually people will change them pads, to a performance type pad, right?
Yeah. You don't need to, but it is, along with the tires, it's a added benefit for sure. But you can take a car that's just, parked out in your parking lot here and take it to autocross, and you'd have as good a time.
You get me excited.
I know, right? I'm getting excited too. We might have to do with some donuts.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is really for the grassroots beginner. I mean,
Yep, absolutely.
The guy that is a car guy to begin with, or girl.
Yep.
Or just interested in performance. This is where you start.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we have a lot of kids that come up through, they have interest in engineering. There's a lot of colleges have the SAE, Society of Automotive Engineers.
Yeah.
So they have a club that makes these little formula cars. We have those in our
we
autocross as well.
we have a grandson who goes to RIT.
Yep.
And he's working on this formula car.
Yep. Yeah, we've actually hosted them at Foxwoods a couple years ago, and that was quite a big operation for them for sure.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah, those cars are really fast too.
I could imagine.
Yeah.
Wow. And of course, the Formula V's, time-wise, I mean, are you pretty quick?
So I'm still getting up to speed for sure.
In general, Formula V's, I mean, you do pretty good?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they do really well. So Brandon has a autocross specific Formula V. Mine is more for wheel to wheel, and it's based around the formula of the Formula V. But his is kind of an older chassis, but he's got different tires on it.
Yeah, we have a picture, I believe, with multiple cars. Of course, you're orange number 14.
Yep.
I'm an orange. I love orange anyway. Yeah. But your car looks very pretty, I'll tell you.
Yeah, thank you.
And I can't wait to see these cars in action.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's going to be great.
And you never know.
Yeah.
Like I said.
Yeah. Hey, if you come, we'll try and fit you in the Formula V. But it is a small car.
Between me and you, Ryan, I want to get my wife in it. I do.
There you go. Bring her down.
I want to get her in that thing and have some fun.
Oh yeah. I've that's how a lot of people get into it too, with with their wives or girlfriends, and my girlfriend has been with me as well, and been on track with me, and it was a great sight to see for me for her first time.
Yeah, sure it is.
She didn't know how to drive stick, and so she learned on another kart member's Miata, and she was beaming when she got out, and she was like, "I did it! I actually drove a manual car." So that's what it's all about.
That's right. So we're gonna have to see what happens. I know at some point my son will have one of those 510s going, and I'll tell you, he got two beautiful cars.
Yeah.
One of them was ex national champion for 3-4 years. Came from the West Coast.
Wow.
And it's a real quick car. Oh boy.
Yeah.
And pretty. And I think at some point he's gonna say, you know what, it's time to go on the wheel-to-wheel deal.
Yeah. Well, he knows who to call if he wants any questions or.
But I think he does he likes autocross, and I could see why. I really, this thing is kind of the grassroots thing, without any doubt.
Yeah, it's the best kept secret in the Northeast on how to get into motorsports, and we're trying to make it not a secret for sure, because it's a great way to get off the street and really put your money where your mouth is and race.
Sure. I mean, for young kids too. I mean, it's somewhere to start. And
for sure.
Now, when you do go-karts, they generally just have them. They can't be fooling around with cars at the same time. This kind of thing.
So, do you mean at our autocrosses?
Yes.
So at our autocrosses, we have a couple people that do bring karts, which they have to be a single gear. They can't be like a shifter kart. Incredibly fast. We can't really. It's a safety thing for sure.
Yeah.
But no, they do run the go karts, and I was lucky enough to drive one, and it's very fast for sure. It's really fun, and those are obviously trailered there to the autocross.
Well, I like the fact that you could start doing this at any age in reality.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And there's still maybe hope for me yet, right?
Oh yes, yeah. I'll teach you a little bit of stuff, and you'll be fine before you know it.
It will be good, right?
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you, Ryan, for coming tonight.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure.
It's been fun, and time is flying again. And we're going to have to go. I want to thank everybody for watching. Now, if somebody contact you or your group, let us know. What is it again?
Yeah, so it's Connecticut Autocross and Rally Team. You can find us on kartct.com. We also have Facebook, Instagram, and and I'd be happy to talk to you. And if any questions that you have, we do provide helmets. We have loaner helmets, so you don't even need that if you want to come with us. So really low entry.
Now, helmet, that's a good question.
Yeah.
You have to be a certain SAE?
Yeah, so that has to be a Snell helmet, which is an independent adjudicator on testing the safety of these helmets. So as long as it's not just DOT, you can race it with us. And that can go back as far as 2010 right now.
Okay, and no, I mean, it doesn't need to be, it could be an open face, right?
Yeah, it could be an open face. Those are kind of going away. They're like an older style. They still have them for like rally, where they have like the mouthpiece kind of going there, but a lot. I mean, you can get one for $120, and it's Snell rated, so it'll do you just fine.
You'll be fine, right?
Yeah.
Well, I really want to thank you. It's been fun.
Yeah.
And we hope to see you on a Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see you on the track.
Take care.
You too.
Thank you, and good night. This program is brought to you in part by Just Results Weight Loss Center in Berlin, Connecticut.
The water's warm at Jaws Pond, and we're stocked full of treasures. Big or small, we buy it all. We buy and sell fast rides, power tools, vintage guitars, and so much more. Walk the plank in style with our fine jewelry, diamonds, and watches. Plus, we have a huge selection of the latest video games, including the new PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. Jaws Pond, conveniently located on Meriden Waterbury Turnpike in Southington and West Main Street in New Britain.
Hello, I'm Bill Meyer, Board Director for Nutmeg TV, your local public TV station. For over 30 years now, Nutmeg has brought countless local events, municipal meetings, and programs to our TV screens. To continue this important work, Nutmeg relies on the support of generous individuals like yourself. So we're reaching out today to ask for your monetary support. Together we can continue to amplify the voices and stories that make our community unique and vibrant.
To make a donation, simply visit our website at nutmegtv.com or call the office at 860-321-7405 for assistance.